And I'll tell you guys since we're all friends. Every character I write has a piece of me in them. Hi, I'm Leigh Bardugo. You're listening to the GrishaCast.
Welcome to GrishaCast, episode 140. In this episode, we will be discussing Hellbent's chapters 9 through 12. This is your host, Eric.
And I'm Terry. From Nashville, Tennessee, this is your podcast for all things Grishaverse.
A world created by our very own Yoke herself, Leigh Bardugo. Moi sabiyanyi casters.
Hi.
Hi, we have listener cities.
We do! First, we have Longmont, Colorado.
Thank you.
Yay.
Woo. And then we're going to Isfahan, Iran.
Yay!
Thank you.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. And the reason I thought it was funny because last time we didn't notice until we were recording that we didn't have listener cities.
And I actually wrote, oops.
Amazing.
Whoops.
Oops. So, how are you?
I'm good. It's been a long week and it's only whatever day this is. But it's good.
We're halfway there.
We are getting things done.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if everybody knows exactly like what I do. I don't know. But anyway, we got this lovely letter in today in the mail and it really like touched me and I've like carried that like with me throughout the day. It's from a man who is incarcerated and has been incarcerated for a very long time. And we did the very simple task of sending a birthday card to him, as we do all of our THEI family. And he wrote back a thank you letter about how much it touched him and how surely we know how much we mean to other people's lives and how it's so easy to be forgotten about when you've been incarcerated. And he knows that he'll never be forgotten because of us. And
Wow.
I had to take a second and have a little bit of like a teary moment. But I'm going to carry that in my heart for a little while. You know, it's one of those things that it was very touching.
Oh, that is really special.
Yeah.
So did you guys just like have the birthdays and just write them? I guess like, is there a birthday person or like?
Yeah. I mean, typically it's either someone on the education side or someone in like the transitional side. But for those that are still incarcerated, it goes through like the education side. And there's two people over there and they just kind of keep track of everybody's birthdays. And month to month, week to week, they just send out birthday cards. It can't be anything crazy. It has to just be like, happy birthday. We're proud of your accomplishments.
Yeah.
Your THEI family. And just to hear how much something that simple really means to them, because I hear it all the time. I actually get to do a weekly Zoom with a facility where I get to talk to some of our students, and it's amazing. And it's one of those things where you think, like if I get mildly inconvenienced, my day is done. You know, like if I am mildly inconvenienced, I want to go to bed and just like say, screw it. But then to really hear people who you from the outside world have nothing get up and choose to do great things all day long, every day is just so touching. And it's really like changed my perspective on a lot of things.
Yeah.
It's really like given me a more positive outlook on things.
It definitely helps like having that moment when you just realize that you are making a big deal over small things and it could be so much more worse.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, it's just, we should be grateful for what we have because I mean, and it's so nice to know, like, I mean, seriously, I think that's what everybody, like, just being recognized and know that you're heard is the important thing.
Yeah.
God, we're getting all feely touchy here.
I know, but this is my life now. This is literally my, like, daily life from 8 to 4 every day, Monday through Friday, and sometimes on the weekends. Because on Saturday, we had a discussion with our alumni check-in, And we got to hear all the great stories about what they're doing with their lives now and if there's anything that we can support them with. And so many of them have become entrepreneurs and opened up their own businesses, and they're working for themselves, and they just need help from us on like simple things. How do they do their taxes now? And just to hear all those stories, they teach me so many things, and they inspire me all the time. I make sure they know that too. But they, I learn a lot from our family, our little THEI family.
It's important to have a job like that, I think. Definitely. I mean, that you get rewards from. It's not easy. It doesn't always happen. It takes a while to finally find that job. But when you do, it's just those special things. I don't know. I really like my job too, and it's taken me a long time to get there. But I think I always was, for a while, hoping that I would get recognized by by my actual job. Like, I know, getting, accolades from them. And I've recently just realized that actually, the most important, actually, I don't even care about that anymore. And, I don't get it. It's just being honest.
Yeah.
But I think it's what's more meaningful, I realize now, is literally the hearing from the people that I'm helping and hearing them just say, you really are going out of your way. And, and yeah, I do. I should, there are things that, I don't know. We both work in very similar jobs, I think.
Kind of on opposite sides of them.
Right. But they're very similar. We have the opportunity to help people. And I think we have the opportunity to do that, or we don't. Yes, our job requires us to do certain things, but we can go that extra little way. And I don't know. I always do, and I just like doing it. And it's so weird. I kind of get made fun of in my office. At least for a while I did, that I am just not that I'm too helpful, but I'm just too, I'm looking at these people as people, and it's not, I guess they said that it was because I started there, I was new, that, I'd get emotional or feel sorry for certain people because of their circumstances and things like that. But here I am going on, it'll be 4 years
Wow.
April, and I'm still just no,
You don't want to lose that. You don't want to lose your humanity and your empathy.
yeah, and I just don't know. I don't get it. But I'm so glad that I've finally reached a place where it's not me. I don't care about my bosses finding out or coming and telling me, because they don't. Hey, but I'm so glad that now it's it doesn't even infuriate. I don't care. It used to really upset me that they didn't point out things that I knew they knew happen, and like letters getting if someone says something and it's just it's weird. But anyways, I know that we're growing.
Yeah.
We're getting older. If we're not care, I am for sure. I'm gonna say I'm getting older if I'm starting to not care what other people think, and that's a big
Well, that's
one
about time.
Yeah,
I stopped that probably when I was born.
When you were born. You never cared.
I never ever did. I do what I feel is right in my heart, and everyone else can suck it, basically.
Yeah.
So, but to work for a place where the mission statement literally says to disrupt systems of harm it's really nice to see that on the walls when you walk in to the office every morning, and to be reminded all the time that that's our goal, is that we are working against those systems of harm. It's great.
For all you listeners out there that I know are most likely I don't know, I know that we have a younger fan base, and you probably don't, no matter what your job is, you still can make a difference, I think.
Yes.
Absolutely.
It's never too late either. So many, I know when I was younger, there was this feeling of it's never going to happen, never going to get there, or I have failed on this path. But if you really look into it, so many people who have been successful and have really done things with their lives didn't start until they were in their 40s and 50s. So,
Yeah, and who cares?
right?
Go
Everyone's
your
on your own timeline.
exactly. Don't that's a huge one. Don't comparing yourself to other people. Oh my god, I've done that for like so long.
You can't do that.
And that's such a a thing to like set you up for disaster. You
Mhm.
can't compare yourself to anybody else. Um okay, well our Oprah moment is over. I'm
Oh,
kidding.
come on.
I hope you all enjoyed it, but
So
it's not over. I'm sorry.
if you, well, I am kind of switching gears. If you listened last week to our episode where we watch the show and talk through it,
Oh, that episode where we had no clue what we were doing?
yes, first of all, let us know if that's working out for you. Secondly, we were so confused as to like why Kaz in the very beginning was trying to get there.
We figured it out at
And
the
then
end.
what? Well, sort of. He didn't know. I mean, all he knew was that Pekka wanted to go over there.
Right.
So Pekka, the whole reason why he like beat that person up was because he was getting to the Heartrender. But Kaz didn't know about the Heartrender situation until that moment. He was just trying to beat Pekka.
It was just it
Yes.
was a revenge or
It took me a second, but I was so upset. Like, why is this so difficult? I knew that I had it when the show first came out. But so yes. So we apologize. I apologize. I'm not going to speak for Eric. I apologize.
I don't. I'm kidding.
Eric
Of course.
says.
I had no clue what was going on. No, but yeah, sorry. I never know what's going on though. I mean, like, what am I
Yes,
going to
you
do?
do.
Apologize for everything? Yeah, I barely am. Yeah, I will admit though that we thought that I thought that would be a lot easier of an episode than it was, and it's really funny because we're like, you know what? Let's since the show's coming up, let's just rewatch every episode and we'll watch it together and we'll kind of be like the commentary. Yeah, well,
Or just two people talking all the way through an episode.
that was when you said that cracked me up.
Mm-hmm.
That was the funniest thing. Like, yeah, because we're, either, people either are listening to it or not. I mean,
I hope you enjoy it when like your best friend on the couch just wants to
Just
talk
talk.
to you through the whole entire thing because that's
so
really
you
what
can't
it's
pay
like.
attention.
So if you enjoy that, man, those
Enjoy.
episodes are for you. You're
And-
welcome.
And please check out last week when we,
Yes.
yeah,
Enjoy
we're
the
trying to
awkwardness with us.
we're trying to figure out the story of the of what's going on. I mean, it's only the theme of our podcast. So, don't you love that when your hosts are anyways. But it was cute. It was fun.
Yes,
hey,
it was fun.
It's an adventure.
It's definitely an adventure.
It is. Definitely.
And if it was perfect, who would want to listen to that?
Oh, yeah.
Boring.
That's why I'm so glad there's no like audience ever here because I really still feel like it's just hi mom, my mom listening or just like even though I know she's not, but and I don't know why I had to feel like I had to say that. I know she's not, but
You like to say hi to people.
I do. Hi Kevin.
Oh, Kevin again. What's
Yeah.
up?
Hey,
Hey, dog.
Kevin. Well, I'm so amazed that people come on, like this is such a niche
Yes,
podcast. So
yes.
anybody that actually can get through an entire episode without knowing anything that we're talking about, kudos to you.
There's a lot of people that I've heard from that only listen to
In the
us
beginning.
up until we start reviewing the chapters because they enjoy hearing us talk about random stuff. And then they have never read the book, so they just peace out at that point. So, like, I'm flattered.
What's funny is my friend Kathy does it to check up on me because she doesn't because I don't do Facebook or anything like that. So she'll listen to the very beginning and that's how she knows how things are going. And I remember I talked to her once and it was like it'd been a couple months and she was like, I know everything that's going on because I listened to everything you and Terry talk about and then I stopped. And I was like, that's really funny. That's really amazing. I'm so glad that people are very entertained with us and not the subject of the podcast. You've hit it big.
When it's just us.
Yeah, but hey.
I I was talking to somebody and they were talking about how they had to think about not fangirling because they've never met somebody on a podcast before. And I was like,
Ooh.
literally, it's just me and my best friend talking to each other. So it's not like a big deal, but I am a big deal. So
Yes, you are. Yes, ma'am. Bring it. Put on those big girl panties.
every day.
Big Boston girl style.
Bridges.
My God. Big Boston girl style is what I just said. And I was trying to remember what our title of our episode was last week, which was not that.
No, it was not that.
You're not even going to tell me. I can't remember. Okay, whatever. Yeah. That's what it is in my head, in case you guys want to know. It's Big Boston girl style.
Yes, that's what it was.
That's what I do every day.
Mm-hmm.
And I have got to step away from that mic. I keep on.
Then you're going to get too far away.
I am. Eventually, I'm just going to be like next door. I'm going to be inside the house. But anyways, so I really loved these chapters that were. Is it okay to start? Good.
Maybe let's remind listeners about the drawing.
Oh yeah. Hi.
Hi.
There. Yes, please. Our drawing is like, we just really want someone to win all this stuff because it's so awesome. But it's really fun. All you have to do, have been working on a video of that eventually I will release. Hopefully not like the day that you need to have your stuff entered of me taking the quiz. But yes, our phenomenal, fantastic fan giveaway. It's just for all of you listeners. It's to thank you guys for hanging in there or just starting whatever. It's for Grishaverse fans. I know that it's just really amazing. You can go and look at all the stuff that we have. It's a lot of really cool Grishaverse fan made art. It's all on our website under the section that says giveaway. And it'll go through all the different things that's in that you win. And all you have to do is take our fun little suborder quiz and find out what suborder you are. And that's it. See? I know. I'm excited for it. But we will finally, be drawing. And we will have a winner. And we will be releasing that next episode. Is that right? It's the 17th? Because it comes... it's a episode that is, so...
Next episode.
Wow. Next episode, we will be drawing a winner. Mm-hmm. So, you guys...
That's a big old package that somebody's going to get.
It really is. And I'm so excited for them. It's really cool. And I just, I hope... good luck to everyone. May, what? Yep. Nope. My thought was there, and I'm not going to even try to, I was trying to say the thing that's in Hunger Games.
May the odds ever be in your favor.
Yes. Thank you.
You're welcome.
See? That's why you're there. You can finish my sentences for me because I physically can't. Not because we're just so in sync. It's literally because I can't get the words out of my mouth. Oops. Well, anyways.
Now we can move on to the
Now we can.
chapters.
So, I thought this was a really fun section. However, I will admit, there's a lot at that. I feel like the last chapter, there was so much stuff in it. I just still am trying to grasp onto all of it.
And that's where we differ, is because that last chapter is where I glaze over.
See, and so I want to know, okay, so what part where you were just focused on?
Chapter 11 was
What was that?
where I was. It's where Darlington and Alex actually have a conversation. We actually get that back.
That's right. And they do the glowing cock again.
Yes. Glowing cock. Yes.
Yeah, and she asks him about it.
Yes.
She
does.
What I thought was really interesting. Yeah, it was really cool to see that. And see that, yeah, because I watched it. Yeah, that's what happens in my head. I'm watching it. However, it was really cool. He's talking in riddles, though.
Oh, no, I'm sorry.
Is that not it?
No, sorry, it was chapter 10. Anyway,
Whatever.
it doesn't matter.
Who cares?
That
Exactly.
part.
That part. That was a really cool part.
It was a really cool part.
And
I was super excited. But like the whole like she was sleepwalking, like he was drawing her to him.
Is that what we really know, though? Because, I mean, like, he doesn't even know. Like,
That's what they guessed.
did they? Because I felt like, I mean, like, I know at first she was saying she felt like she was compelled. And then she's like, but no. But that sounds like a very far sleepwalk. I mean, like,
To have bloody feet
yeah, like, that's not your average just, like, get up and just, like,
across
I mean, like,
campus.
yeah, go and grab something out of the fridge and get back into bed. I mean, you're just, God, waking up in across campus and, whew, that's so crazy.
But I was really, like, that part, I was really excited to have back because we, you know, Darlington, like, went away. And, like, now we finally have those conversations back. But, like, some of the conversations in that piece, I thought that this is when we're going to start getting spicy. Like, some of the things that they were.
Really?
Yeah, because, like, he says his appetites aren't holy or wholesome. His appetites aren't wholesome. And I was like, oh, we're going to get spicy at some point. And we didn't. But
it's not spicy enough for you that he's a wreck sitting there? I mean,
I thought with an adult novel, because I'm very used to, like, adult novels having spicy scenes.
Oh, yeah, no.
So at this point, I was like, oh.
Leigh doesn't really write
Gonna
spicy.
Get spice. And then.
Have we ever had spicy Leigh? No. Ooh, spicy Leigh.
Spicy Leigh.
Yeah. I'm actually, like, you know, to be honest, well, no, I don't read spicy. So I can't, I was about to say, I don't think I really would want that, but I can't say, I don't know. I don't think I've ever really read, like, what
about like a good queer fairy spice scene?
Well, hell yeah. I mean, like, it doesn't even have to be fairies. I mean, hell. I mean, you know, back in the day, they probably still do this, but I remember when I went to, like, I did my trip to Israel and Europe and all that. And anyways, I remember I was in some airport and I went and I found, like, I guess it was, like, pretty much like it was like a novel of, like, porn, but spicy. Like, I mean, like, all, like, I mean, that was it. It was just like, I mean, like,
oh yeah.
And I was like, and I remember reading it on the plane. I was like, what is it? I was like, this is, hey,
there's a whole genre for, like.
So what is that called? What genre?
It's romance.
Oh, that was more than romance.
Oh, but it's part of the romance. It's spicy romance.
It's part of the romance.
Mm-hmm.
That's the kids are calling it.
That's why a lot of people read romance for the spicy parts.
They are, yeah.
I mean, like, you know,
You're
all
right.
those, like, novels of, like, Fabio with his hair in the wind and, like, shirtless, and
those will always remain the Walgreens novels to me. That's always just.
But now there's, like, so many queer romance stories, so.
And they are so good. I mean, and it's amazing. And to be honest, like, we really haven't had that. It's a very new thing, I think.
It's so readily available now.
Yeah.
And there's just so many.
And actually, like, I mean, it's not something you have to, like, go to a specialty bookstore to find. I mean,
it can get on your Kindle in 1 second.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
So I'm happy about that. That's amazing. Yay for spicy.
Yay for spicy.
Spicy Leigh. I wonder what her husband thinks of that when he hears me say that. Because, yeah. Maybe he would love to know that I was, like, commenting that she's spicy. I'm thinking about Thai food now. Okay, so we're going to move on.
So.
Anyways, that took a turn.
Circle that Darlington.
Yeah, bring us back in. Bring us back, girl, please.
The circle that Darlington is stuck in. I can't remember what they called it, but boundary. This like boundary.
Yeah, I mean it's
So like he says he feels less human as he gets closer to it, and then he does get closer to it at one point, and she said he looks more monstery, and then she put her arm through it, and it made her tattoos like glow and move. And then there's a whole conversation about how they don't have a lot of time, and if they don't do it in time, then whatever he is going to be unleashed in the world.
he said, yeah, he mentions
So-
that, yeah.
My question, my thought-provoking question, he sits in the center of the circle a lot and meditates.
Mm-hmm.
Do we think that he is like willing himself to stay human? Like, or really like stay in that human part of him? Do you think that he's doing that like on purpose, like as a grounding so that he doesn't like let the demon completely take over? Because he's asking for books, and he's like, there are several times where they say it's like he's meditating in the middle of the circle.
I feel like, I mean, like, I don't think it has anything that, I don't think he has any control over it. I think that he's just like, I mean, because I think he's desperately been trying to get back to the world. Like, I mean, so again, I feel like the way that he went to hell, like, wasn't normal. Like, I feel like there's like this weird, like, because he's not like, he didn't really die. So I feel like there's this weird kind of like magic-y thing that's kind of like connected, like he's still connected both. Like, because I mean, he's not dead, but I mean, like, I don't think he has any control over it. Yeah, because I mean, like, he did say, like, I mean, when she mentions about, and I keep bringing it up, his penis, he did say, like, I'm not a dullard, but like, I mean, like, and then comments about how, well, you're not dressed for the occasion either. And I got the assumption that, you know, he wouldn't be sitting there naked with a heart on if he had some.
Well, he says that his dignity has long been left in tatters.
See, and I feel like when he was saying that was since he's been in hell, but maybe not. No. I don't know. I don't think, but I mean, like, I think.
I figured it was just because he had spent that whole time naked. So, like, it wasn't like a thought anymore.
Or maybe just maybe all demons are naked. Yeah, I mean, doesn't really matter. It's hot. You know, I mean, it's really hot in hell. I mean, you can't take as much clothes off as you want. I mean, it's gonna get hot. You're not gonna go down in a sweater. I definitely take that off. But anyway, what was the question?
Because the boundary brings out the demon in him, and he knows that if he stays the way that he is now, he's going to turn more demon, and he is slowly like going into just being a demon, and eventually he's going to be unleashed in the world. And he spends all of his time in that center, really like focusing inward. Do we think that like not that he can control it, but maybe he's just like really holding on?
Yeah, okay, I see what you're saying. That he's still like, I mean, him trying to, he's got a piece of being able to, like, you know, stay in that spot. Otherwise, like, I mean, I think, yeah, and I think, like, also, like, but I don't think he's gonna be unleashed into the world for sure, because, like, I also think, like, I mean, isn't he, like,
That's what he says.
Does he say that? Because I thought he, like, I mean,
he says he will be unleashed into the world, and his appetites aren't entirely wholesome.
Because I thought he was just going to go back to, like, he's only got a certain period of time before he, like, that chance goes away. But I guess you're saying that chance is that until he just actually, like, gets unleashed and being a demon. I didn't see it that way. I hear you. Interesting. I also, everything that he was saying is, like, very, like it's he's not speaking like the normal Darlington. Everything is in riddles.
Not this one, really. There's only like one thing he says that was in a riddle in this chapter. It happens more later on.
Oh, really?
Where he like talks more in riddles. Like the only thing that he says this time is something about like stories being immutable.
Right.
And that's like really the only questionable thing he says.
Well, okay.
He's being very straightforward in this chapter. But in chapters later on, he definitely...
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I was looking for that in this one.
Because the chapter that like I was obsessed with, which was where they're like at the library and they're connecting all the dots of the conversations he had. So you're saying that those conversations happened before. Like, I mean, all those different things that they're connecting to like figuring out the gauntlet and like...
He said very straightforward, like you have to find the gauntlet.
Right.
He wasn't really talking in like riddles. The only thing he said that was a little like was that stories exist in all worlds. They are immutable like gold.
I'm saying that he spoke in riddles about like, yeah, I'm sorry. Okay. He knows where the gauntlet is, but he can't tell them where the gauntlet is. So that's what I meant. Like everything, he's saying all these things and like Alex is like, I don't know why you're saying like, that's weird. But then she finally, it all makes sense at the end when like, she's like, oh, okay. So all these.
The thing he said was on the library door.
Yes. Like, I mean, there's that. And then there's the alma mater. Because there's the mother thing. Because I remember I thought that was really weird. I didn't know alma mater stood for mother, like holy mother or something. I thought that was interesting. And yeah. But that is so that was a really cool chapter. I think it is really weird to know that he's like finally actually in this world too. Mm-hmm. Because we also have always had him just like, I mean, it's been the past before Darlington got eaten by a hell beast. So now he's actually here and he's glowing.
He is glowing.
He's glowing.
And glittering.
He is.
His skin is glittery.
Yeah. It's very interesting.
Edward Cullen could never.
Huh.
But before all that happened, I loved when, I mean, I don't love whenever, like, she's having to deal with Aton, but, like...
Oh, we totally forgot about, yeah.
I mean, nothing that big happens, and there's, like, one little small thing, but, like, the Aton gave his cook an annual pass to Disney, so she goes, I don't know why, that tickled me so much. It's like this like gang guy, and he's like, she's not very nice, so I gave her an annual pass to Disney. Made her so happy. She goes once a week.
Don't forget, he celebrates the Sabbath as well, and he keeps kosher.
It's just so... I don't know why. Twice reading through that, I giggled.
I find like I really do think that Ninth House and Hellbent are hilarious.
There
are some really funny parts. Like, I mean, because I remember Leigh just saying like how she thought it was funny when she wrote Ninth House, and like I don't know now. Like, I mean, especially some of Alex's like inner thoughts and commentary, and like there's just some really funny stuff in there. But.
The same meal when what's his face like attacks her. Spy Tazavi? What the heck is his name? Anyway, Aton's guy like attacks her, and she needs a gray, and so she takes like party girl in the red dress. I just imagine that girl just like be like, whoop.
Oops.
I don't know. Again, like that little like it's a serious thing where she's getting like beaten up, and I'm laughing at like the thought of this like party girl Gray who is drunk and on cocaine for eternity.
God.
It's like just suddenly like woof. I don't know. Lord help me.
it is. Hey, it is why it's fantasy, and we all enjoy fantasy, and we can all just
Like, I'm sure, like, it was described more, but, like, in my head, it was just this, like, her hair is a wreck, and she's barefoot. And she's just, like, wandering around, and then
Mm.
just got snatched.
yeah. I think it's weird that Aton actually I was confused on how Aton actually found her, but I guess like I mean he is a big mob gangster guy. Like I mean,
Was it through?
because he called her randomly. Oh wait, no,
Yeah,
he's
but
always had her
they
number.
had a connection before, but
She told
it
him.
was from it was from the group of people she hung out with.
That's right. Yeah. See, that's this part of the story is like so like I don't know. It's very I don't dislocate, but it's very just it's so weird to me. The whole Aton part of this story. Like I mean, like in the whole Hellbent story, I just like I find this whole part of Aton coming in, and it's just very random. And we'll get further into that. I don't know. To me, it's weird. Although I do find it very entertaining because I love that there's this Orthodox, pretty much kosher Israeli Jew. That's a big gangster man
Yep.
hitting it, going crazy. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
What else?
Let's see. There's that nice part about like I mean like with Mercy.
I was gonna say she told Mercy everything.
Yeah, and that was good, and that was it's helpful.
That's a moment. Like
It was a moment.
that's a moment for Alex, because Alex is so guarded and secretive and not vulnerable, and like she actually opened up and like spilled to a friend.
Yeah, and it's also because I mean it's personal. It's like I mean it's like she told her stuff that like she's not even supposed to say.
Mhm.
So
She's trusting someone. Good for her.
go, Alex. We are for you. We are proud of you. I just realized, yeah, there's a camera. I should probably look at that. Oh, it's a podcast. That's right. But yeah. So we definitely get into the architecture part, and that stuff is just like I know you're like.
That's where I
This
glaze
is where
over.
Terry tunes out, and
Yes.
she's just like, and I just found it fascinating. And
I stick to the facts of like what's going to like make the story go further when we're just talking about history and architecture. Then I'm like, my eyes kind of.
But the architecture part is like I mean it is they're discovering what the gauntlet is, and figuring out how. Yeah, they're figuring out exactly what the gauntlet is. So that's like I mean, I think that's just so neat, and to know also that these are like real like actual places and things. Like I really like. I mean, I would go on a hellbent tour of the library, like if I could. I would love to go walk the gauntlet. I think it'd be amazing. I think that'd be so cool. And I want to see more pictures. I want to see like I mean I just think it's so neat because Leigh even said like I mean she got her pass to go and like be on campus to like especially like I mean like help write this book, and I just think that's so cool. Like I mean that she like was in there and like figuring all this out and coming up with it. Like I mean I want to go and see that there's a I guess like a where the mop is there's like a apparently like a glyph that's above that door with like some kind of like mop, and I was like weird, but I find that funny, interesting. I don't know. I loved it. I thought it was neat that they were finally putting some stuff together to figure out what the gauntlet was, and especially that Darlington was giving them hints the entire time. He just couldn't tell them, and that's some smart stuff. Like I mean, my gosh, like I couldn't. It's it's crazy. I just think it's so neat. I don't know. I loved it, and like I could. There was so much stuff in there, but I mean, like I can't explain it. Goodness gracious. But it was neat. Who knew that a library had this much like I don't know, thought put in?
Yeah.
I mean, That's crazy. But I loved it. I thought it was really cool. At first, I was confused because I thought I was actually thinking it was that Beinecke library, but then I realized no, they're talking about the Sterling Library,
Sterling, yeah.
which is a different one.
Mhm.
And yeah, so
They need 4 murderers.
yep. Well, 2. Yep. I know.
Total, they need 4 murderers.
Yep. Oh, and
Soldier, scholar, priest, soldier. Nope. Prince.
Prince. Soldier, scholar.
Priest, prince.
Yeah. It's so cool. And
They have to make a circuit in the doorways.
and they have to die. That's
Yes.
right.
Well, it's the same thing when she went to hell.
Exactly. But this is a little different because now she's got other people
Yeah.
that she has to be like, hey, so we want to save Darlington, but we all have to die first.
Well, yeah, that's how you get down there.
Yeah. Well, sounds interesting. Sounds a little scary. But
And just like every other time we got to do spells, we have to do it on Samhain.
yeah, it gives them 2 weeks though.
Yeah.
They've got some time to
chop.
They can put some stuff together. I hope Darlington can stay in his little circle that long. Hope he's got 2 weeks of time.
Well, I found interesting that they said that they're not allowed to perform any rituals or anything during Samhain. And I wonder if that's because that's when technically the portals are all supposed to be at their weakest and biggest, and I guess that's why they
Absolutely.
wouldn't be allowed to.
Yeah, I think you are absolutely right with that. I think it would be that would be the worst time.
Yeah.
They would be going, it'd be crazy. So, and then I'm just trying to think of,
There's another murder.
there's another murder.
Murder.
There is. And then, Melissa Almondine came back.
I always call her Melissa Albright because I don't know what else to call. I always forget her last name. But yeah, she
came back just because she was concerned and she wanted to she explains that she's been to hell.
Mhm.
She's done it, and she doesn't advise it. And
and she was like trying to hint that like maybe Darlington like wouldn't have done it for her. Like she was trying to make it sound like if Darlington was going to be doing something like that, he would have done it just to like research it, not for somebody.
But she also knew a different side of Darlington because she was teaching Darlington, and Darlington was young, and he Darlington actually sounds a lot like me. I'm not as smart as he is, but he because they made the comment about Darlington would do it just to like learn about the weather and things like and the climate and things like that. I'm like, oh, that's totally me, like the world building craziness, like because that's what I'm so fascinated by is this whole Leigh's perspective of hell. I think it's so cool so far. I think it's neat. Anyways. But yeah, another murder. Turner called. There's another murder. And that's where it ended, right?
Mhm.
That's where we finished.
Yep.
Yeah. And but we've got a not Mercy, sorry. Dawes is putting in a lot of work. She is helping Alex. And I love that we really get and we talked about this last time. I love that we really get their relationship is really amazing to read.
Yeah. And we're getting more Dawes. Like we're getting to know her more. She's coming into her own.
Oh yeah. She's a brilliant character.
Mhm.
So okay. Well yeah, I think if any of you all listeners have any questions or any topics you would love us to speak about, we would love to. If it's world building, you can contact me. And no. But yeah, so we are set for, let's see, the next chapters are, I don't know why I was just picking up my book and about to look and see what the chapters were. Yeah, no. We will be covering 13 through 17 next week.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. So, and please don't forget, if you want to hear more of us and you want to hear us being the commentary of Shadow and Bone episode 2, season 1, we're going to be going through all of them. So, yeah, there's going to be an extra hour of us every week. I hope you all enjoy.
You're welcome.
You are. Yeah. Anyways. Well, okay. Well, we love you all. And don't forget, please go to the giveaway and take the quiz. Go to the giveaway. Go to GrishaCast.com and take the quiz to be entered into the giveaway. If you want a whole schlep thing of Grishaverse stuff, it's amazing. Okay.
Take the quiz anyway because it's fun.
Please do. Yes. Okay. Well, long live the Grishaverse.
Like, we're at the end of the hour, so my voice is a little husky. A+.
No mourners.
No funerals.
This has been GrishaCast. Connect with us on the web at GrishaCast.com. Send an email to info@GrishaCast.com.
Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, and TikTok at GrishaCast.
And thank you to our amazing staff, Alex, Michelle, Brenda,